Change the way that you look at something, and what you look at will ultimately change. Gentlemen, tough times will never last, but tough times are an inevitability. It's bound to happen. It will happen. It's something that you have to embrace. The adversity, the arduous obstacles, the struggles, it will all appear one day if they haven't already. They've appeared in my life many times, and it's how you react to the situation that will determine how you get out of that situation. It's the way that you respond. Do you respond in an aggressive, belligerent manner, throwing your hands up, whining, complaining, condemning, and saying how life is unfair? That individual won't get very far in life. Or that individual may get laid off from a job, he might be sacked. And scenario A, he says, brushes himself up and says, many people are in London. Many people lose their job. These things happen in life. Tomorrow, let's get cracking. Right, okay, what can we do to rectify the situation? They're solution orientated. They're solution based. They don't react to the issue. They're more proactive. And, it's very important that you react in a correct manner. So I always like to say that as a universal law, there is no such thing as right or wrong. There is no such thing as good or bad. It's purely down to your perception. That is just a universal law. The universe and the world is just is. So things that happen to you from a universe perspective, it's just neutral. It's not positive or negative. That's why if you visualize negative, you will get negative outcomes. If you visualize positive, you will get positive outcomes. You are what you repeatedly do, and that's the basis. That is the fundamental principle of the law of attraction. It's nothing to be overcomplicated, gentlemen. It really isn't. People talk about how it's wishy-washy, and it does exist because it's a fundamental law, but it's a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. So you attract what the level you are in terms of vibration. But the law of attraction just simply states you attract what you are. So what you put out into the world based on your input, dedication, positivity, you will get an equal proportion. You might not get it back immediately. This is where the misconception lies, but you will receive it in due course. And when the time is right, essentially. So please understand that tough times never last. And the Bible puts it perfectly. And this too shall pass. Any bad moment you're going through, remember it is only temporary. The feeling is only temporary. And it's certainly only temporary if you allow it to. If you sit there and dwell on the feeling and dwell on the situation, it will slowly sink into your subconscious mind. It will actually make the outcome more negative than it has to be. Change the way that you look at something. Every negative situation, no matter how dire, no matter how abysmal it may be, you can always get a positive out of something. Anything and absolutely anything. You can always get a positive outcome. So understand this, and please understand this, gentlemen. Tough times never last. Positivity is upon you. It is on the horizon. The most money you are ever going to make is in front of you. It is in your future. The wife that you're going to have if you're not already married, the future children, the positivity, the assets, all the good times and all the good things, the good employment, everything that you ever wished for, it will come true. You have to believe that way. And it will happen one day. It might not happen in your timing, but it will happen when the universe actually presents itself in the right time. But rest assured, understand that it's an inevitability, it's a guarantee, and you have to be positive. Now, don't get into a stage where it's blindly positive. If there's something obvious that you need to rectify and improve on, if you're a fat piece of potato and you stare into the mirror and you tell yourself you have a six-pack, you're not going to get a six-pack. But positive affirmations coupled with sheer indefatigability and pure action is going to get you your desired result. That is the key point here. But it all starts with the thoughts. It all starts with how you observe the situation, because then that translates into how you are feeling. It's the feelings, and that feeling is going to ignite a burning desire, and those feelings is going to force you and push you to take the action required in order to achieve the result. And the rest, once you take the action and you actually work very hard, the universe will deliver, because the input depends on the input. You will receive an equal proportion with regards to the output. That is the key part. But remember, always remember, tough times will never last. It won't last. You have to believe in a positive manner. You have to believe that things will get better, and you will be surprised how things change for you in a positive way. I used to be the most pessimistic, most negative individual you'll ever meet. I used to always complain. I used to always criticize. I used to always judge, and that led me absolutely nowhere in life. But the moment that, of course, it's never an overnight process, but the moment that I took a step back, I zoomed out, evaluated the situation, understood my wrongdoings, and said, look, we're all human, we make mistakes. I was not as harsh on myself, I was more forgiving, and understood the plan. I formulated the right plan, and I tweaked and changed, and this didn't work out, and I failed, and I fell on my face multiple times. But I understood the vision. I understood that we have to be positive. Treat everyone like they're a unique creation from God, because they are. We are all unique creations and unique beings. You have to treat everyone with a certain level of respect. And you go about your day, you analyze things in a positive way. You look for the best in people rather than the worst in people. And slowly but surely, you see this transformation in yourself, but you're a lot more forgiving to yourself. You start to trust yourself more. You start to love yourself more. And when you love yourself, you do better. You do better. You work harder. You make sure that you create an identity that's congruent with your inner values, with your inner traits. And that is the most important part here. When you ever achieve anything of magnitude, anything of substance, it's all about the traits and values that you possess. Is the values aligning with what you're doing? If it's not, you're going to be inconsistent. There's going to be discrepancies. There's going to be issues, but you have to be congruent with your values and traits. And ultimately that will lead you to success. But understand this, and I've said this multiple times already in this video, but I want it ingrained in your minds. Tough times never last. Always remember that, gentlemen, and this too shall pass. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.